Welcome back to the channel everyone. Hope you guys are having great time. In previous video we have seen the Hello World application, and in this video we are going to demonstrate mathematical operations. For that, go to your Visual Studio, then create a new project. If you are using any previous version, then don't get confused. Just follow these kind of options. So we will select the last used option, and we will give some decent name. I always ask students to use decent name because it makes sense, and select web forms and then empty. So I will explain you the scenario. Here we will take two text boxes for the numbers, and we'll have four different buttons so that user can perform respective mathematical operations, and we will display result on one label. So yes, our project is ready. Let's proceed further. So first we will create the web page. Let's add one new item and go to the web, select web form as an option, and name your web page. You can add anything, but add some sensible option. Don't keep your thing as web form 1, web form 2. So yes, web page is loaded, and here we will keep this page as start page. So whenever we run this application, this math operations.aspx page will get called. Now let's add the controls to this web page. First we will add the title. Here I want to tell you one important thing, like right now this page is not saved, so you can notice the hashtag symbol on the web page. Follow my cursor. That means this web page is not saved, and if I save this, that hashtag will get disappeared. That means your page is saved. So when you follow these kind of instructions thoroughly, you can save your project without getting saved. So here we will add text box. These are the server side controls. That means these controls are ASPX controls, and these controls will run at server. So we will use these attributes to make them as a special controls. So here this text box will get converted into HTML control when they are in running state. Just for right now, for programming purpose, we will use these tags ASP colon text box. So if you look at any other um, control, all these control starts with ASP. So you should add this run at server attribute to all ASPX control. Then you need to give ID to each and every control. It's not mandatory, but you should give ID to all controls. So we'll take text first number. I'm using camel case to give names, and here there is one attribute called client ID mode. It has options like static and inherit. So static means when you use these controls, and your controls will get converted to HTML controls. At the time of conversion, there are chances that your ID will get changed it will get few things appended with few initials. So use this client id mode static. It's not mandatory, but it's advisable to use client id mode static. And here we have created one text box. So let's copy this and paste, because we want another text box for different number. So let's add break tag and paste it. So change the id to second number. After that, add again break tag, and then add four buttons. So we will use asp colon button. Yes, asp button. Then few attributes that are mandatory, like run at server, then id, btn, add. Then text will be the symbol of addition, that is plus sign. Similarly, we will add four buttons: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. So let's change IDs accordingly and text according to the operation. So for multiplication, I'm giving capital X, as we don't have any symbol for multiplication. We cannot use asterisk. We can, but it's very difficult to understand these operations for end users. And then we'll add break tag again, and here we will add the label where output will get displayed. So yes, I have pressed control plus k plus d, so that it will arrange your code automatically according to the indentation. So these are the shortcuts that you should remember. As we progress further, I will tell you more shortcuts. So this is label output, and we will add a client id mode static for this also. Let's close this, and our web page is ready. You can check by running this web page on the browser, so that you will get the complete idea whether this GUI is suitable or not. Yes, our output is ready, but if you look at this GUI, it's not standardized. Yes, we have not used any CSS or any kind of framework. So for information, we will add few labels. Here we are not using any server side label, because just it's a display purpose. So enter number one here and copy this and paste for number two as well. So enter number two. Now let's refresh this, because we have not stopped the project. If we want to make changes in programming page like your CS page, so for that you need to stop the web page or execution. So let's close these windows which are unnecessary. Now let's add one event for the button. Here we will add the attribute named as on click. So on clicking this button, page execution will go to the different new event. So I have created a new event, clicked on add new event, and here this line of code is automatically generated in CS page. And here now we will create few variables, double number one and double number two and number three as output. So here you are getting these variables in gray color. That means these variables are not used anywhere in the web page or anywhere in the program. So you can uh, remove these variables if which are not used. So when we use these variables, we can see them in black color. So it's a good setup initiated by Microsoft so that you can remove your unused variables. So I have assigned number one to text first number dot text. That means whatever we have entered in text box first will get assigned to number one, but we are having problem because we cannot convert the string to double directly. So such kind of conversion is not possible. For this, you need to use convert dot to double, and you can pass the string inside the brackets. Similarly, copy this for number two. It's giving error because let's check. Oh, we have made a mistake. Here variable name is n02, so I have made it no2. Now op equal to number one plus number two. That means here we are performing addition operations. Now let's assign the message to the label output dot text is equal to op, and here it's giving error because cannot simply convert type double to string. So this is a data type double. So to convert this string, we will use dot to string. So this method can be used to convert anything to string, which is possible legally. So let's run this and check the operation. Yes, so here enter number one and we will add 10, and for number two we'll add 20 and click on plus. So yes, we are getting output as 30. So our code is correct for this addition operation. Similarly, we need to calculate other operations also. So we will right on click for all the buttons, and we will create new event for each and every button. So these events are added. Here we will copy paste the code. So let's copy this, paste, 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 and paste. So now let's change the mathematical sign. For subtraction we have added minus, for multiplication we have added asterisk, for division let's add slash. So all these operations are done. Now let's run this. Yes, um, I don't know why this have taken the extra time. Yes, there is one error. So here on page load, we have got the error. So we need to rectify this. So here, when we load the web page, these variables are not initialized properly. That means at the time of loading, we cannot have text box which is there on the web page. So just remove this code because we have not assigned or we have not initialized anything in the start. At least we have not initialized anything programmatically. So now let's run this. So yes, enter number 1, number 2 will add 10 and 20. So addition is giving 30, subtraction is giving minus 10, multiplication 200, and division is 0.5. So this is basics of mathematical operations, and we have created using C Sharp and ASP.NET. And here we have used the repetitive code, like for every button we have taken the number 1 and number 2 variable. So let's remove this and create one function, that is your private void get data, and paste this get data, paste these lines in get data. Now call get data in all your method. So this will reduce your line of codes. So we have not added semicolon. Let's add semicolon. So similarly, you need to think and you need to shrink your code where it is possible. Now let's check whether our code is working or not. Yes, it is working correctly. So this is all about your basic mathematical operations.